everybody. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden as it goes around here on Fridays. I'm the Friday guy. I'm totally a Friday guy. Totally. I'm such a Friday guy. So it's just fitting that I'd be doing this show on Fridays. Now, the call lines are already lit right up. And when you phone in and tell my board operator what you want to talk about it, I've got this little program called Comrex Stack, and I can see what you want to talk about. And Renee in Idaho, I've totally got your number on what you need for your son. Lonnie in West Virginia, no problem. Mary in Oregon, did you get that list compiled? I cannot wait to hear from you. But first of all, I'd like to discuss a couple things. Now, I'm the kind of guy that likes to dig. When I get some information, I hear something, I want to know more about it. When I was a kid, I used to stay up till about 4 in the morning reading encyclopedias. It's kind of a weird quirk I have. I've got to know. I want to know how things work. And that's what led me to doing what I do today, using these longevity products to help people get their health back in a world that seems like there's nothing that works, right? For people with, chronic disease and pain. But I've seen it work all around me. And so, since I've been doing this radio show, I've had people coming to me, well, have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? And I always check into these different treatments and things that alternative therapies, so the saying goes, that they're looking at. And I came across this ozone therapy. They actually did a piece on it on CBC News. They had a guy that basically was carried in. He had such bad back pain, and he went out on a skateboard, okay? And people are having results. So I've got a clip. Dr. Gary Null is creating a new movie about ozone therapy, and they talk about it for about 3 minutes, and then we're going to have Dr. Michael Wood out of Edmonton here to talk about it. All you callers, you hang on because I want to get to you. But let's do this first. So let's roll that clip.
Ozone is a gas, and when it enters into our blood, it does some amazing things. Ozone won't harm healthy cells in our body, but will only go after viruses, bacteria, fungus, yeast molds, toxins, parasites, harmful free radicals that can't resist it, stealing an electron and gluing onto it and either destroying or transforming it so the body can eliminate it. Healthy cells contain natural antioxidants that protect against ozone getting in. When you inject ozone directly into the body, it actually stimulates healthy cells to make more of these enzymes that will protect against ozone destroying them. So unhealthy cells can't fight it, and only healthy cells can defend against it. This is why it doesn't hurt people. So if you happen to have herpes, multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, Lyme disease, Epstein-Barr virus, chronic fatigue syndrome, ozone may be the only answer for your problem, particularly when traditional medicine has failed.
Ozone has properties that have been neglected by conventional medicine. It has properties that no other agent has. It is able to transcend any type of bacterial resistance that's out there. Ozone works by different principles than antibiotics. Bacteria learn how to evade antibiotics. Bacteria cannot, or other microorganisms cannot learn how to evade ozone.
Germany has been using ozone in their environmental products, in their water, and post-operatively, and they have the lowest post-op infection rate of the entire world.
Ozone has been used for the last 70 years in what I call the modern ozone era throughout the world. Over 40,000 physicians are using it in over 45 countries worldwide on a daily basis. While it had been used in this country from the 1880s until about 1940 medically, It disappeared when Big Pharma came into being and took over this country, so to speak, in terms of medical care. Back in the late 1980s, Dr. Robert Atkins, the famous diet doctor, Dr. Atkins, began doing ozone therapy. He had his license taken away by New York State for it, which took him 3 years and a big court battle to win back, and the decision in Supreme Court in New York was upheld in the Court of Appeals, so he won the right for all doctors in New York State to do ozone therapy, which is a pretty amazing battle that he fought. He realized the importance of it in all the different infections that he was fighting as an alternative MD, and he paved the way for all of us and opened the door for all of us to be able to use it.
Sounds intriguing, right? You know, I hear this stuff, and there's a whole bunch of information on ozone therapy on, you know, on the net. So I go looking around, and I think I want to talk to somebody who actually uses this, because I don't know much about it. And we've got Dr. Michael Wood out of Edmonton. Dr. Wood, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, so can you tell me just a little bit about yourself, Dr. Wood, your credentials, how you came to the decision to study this and practice it?
Sorry, my last name is Mason Wood. Dr.
Sorry
Michael
about
Mason
that.
Wood.
Dr. Michael Mason Wood.
Yep. I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I've been in practice for 11 years now, and mostly in the Yukon, Fort McMurray, and then now Edmonton. And I've been doing prolotherapy and PRP for about 7 years, and part of that was introducing ozone therapy into the practice, and so it's now called Prolozone. And so I've been doing ozone therapy for about 1.5 years now, and finding really great success with it.
Okay, so for people like me and our listeners, some of them might have heard of this, I don't know. What is ozone therapy and how does it work?
So ozone therapy is basically using an ozone generator to take oxygen, which is O2, and convert it into ozone, which is O3. Ozone is, about 20,000 feet up in the atmosphere, and it surrounds the Earth, and it keeps the UV lights out.
Isn't it supposed to be gone now?
Well, it's getting thinner and thinner, supposedly.
Anyways, go on.
And so what we do is through a generator we can convert oxygen into ozone. If you've ever been in a thunderstorm, that fresh smell after a thunderstorm, that's ozone. And basically you need a spark to create ozone. And for that reason, that's why it smells like after a thunderstorm you get that nice ozone smell. And it is antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, basically kills everything. And that's why you don't see a lot of viruses and bacteria growing all over everything, all over the place. If we didn't have ozone in our atmosphere, we'd be overrun, like our plants would be overrun with all this stuff and everything.
That's really interesting. So, how does this work in the body? Let's say we have somebody with a couple of compressed discs in their back and they're in a lot of pain. How would you tackle that?
Well, there was a study that came out about 1.5 years ago, and it said that 50% of low back pain is due to a chronic bacterial infection. And so by putting ozone, because it's antibacterial, you put ozone in there, it helps to kill all the bacteria in that area locally where it's injected, and it helps to then heal up the disc and herniation or whatever's going on there. And especially combined with the prolotherapy, and prolotherapy is using dextrose, which is a sugar solution that creates inflammation for a day or so. Chronic inflammation leads to tissue destruction. Acute inflammation leads to tissue healing. And so when we're injecting in the pain areas of pain where people have chronic inflammation, we want that acute inflammation to get more blood to the area, and the ozone also helps to oxygenate the area, because ozone breaks off into O2 and then an O molecule, and it's that O molecule that helps to oxygenate the area, helps to kill the bacteria. There's so many different other properties like that.
Really interesting. And I also found it interesting, like here in Alberta alone, there's quite a handful of places that actually practice this, and it's absolutely unheard of. The only reason I knew about it is because the CBC was talking about it, and I figure if the CBC is willing to talk about something other than a GlaxoSmithKline product it's got to be getting out there because that's the only way they really would. And, because that's how they operate a lot of the times. But so you've seen success. What can you give me a few stories?
So I had let me see. I'm just trying to think of some cases. Any joint really in the body, I do Prolozone. So I get a lot of knees, hips, low back, neck, and you just inject Prolo solution, inject ozone, and then sometimes, depending on the case, I'll do PRP, which is platelet-rich plasma, and that's a whole other topic, I suppose. And by injecting all these things, it just helps to heal the area. And patients basically walk out of your office, they come in limping and they've been in pain, and they walk out of the office and their pain's gone. And it's gone for an hour or so once the anesthetics that I use, Procaine and lidocaine, once those wear off, then you get some acute pain for about a day or so. You'll be maybe a little worse off than what you've been. But then after that, things just get better from there on. And, it requires anywhere up to 10 treatments. Most people, 4 or 5 treatments. But some, up to 10 treatments, and their pain is completely gone. And it's one of those things that's very minimally invasive. There's no risk of side effects. I was just trying to look up some side effects or some risks, and I did find one study that found if you went intradiscal with the ozone, the patient ended up getting acute bilateral retinal hemorrhage. Now, I don't go intradiscal with it. You're just going kind of right beside the disc and next to the joint. And so very little risk of anything happening and with the ozone treatment.
Very interesting. That was my next question is it safe? And now we're under the Canada Health Act up here in Canada. The United States has the FDA. And so has there been any problems? Actually, I hear the music. We're going to come back to you after this break, Dr. Mason Wood, and then we're going to get to a whole load of calls. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden back after this. Welcome back. We're live, everybody. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden coming at you live out of Camrose, Alberta. And before the break, we were talking to Dr. Michael Mason Wood about ozone therapy. Sounds very intriguing to me. And I was asking you before the break, Dr. Mason Wood, have you encountered any resistance or any kind of attacks by people thinking that these are dangerous and you should just listen to your doctor and take the drugs and keep your mouth shut?
Hello?
Dr. Mason Wood, are you there?
Yeah, hello?
Hi there. Yeah, sorry, I lost your connection for a second.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So have you encountered people thinking this is dangerous or attacking it? Or, I mean, just about any time you get a supplement that actually works, it seems like somebody out there wants to ban it.
Yeah, no, most people are, when they come in to see me, they know they've done their research and due diligence ahead of time, and they know what they're getting into for prolotherapy and then ozone therapy. They've kind of researched it on the internet. There is a lot of information, and so you don't get any resistance to it. The biggest thing is the cost. When you're doing IV therapies and stuff like that, if you're doing 10, 15, 20 treatments, it doesn't take very long before the cost adds up. So that's the biggest thing that holds people back.
Right. Okay, gotcha. So very interesting. Dr. Michael Mason Wood, thank you for coming on the show today and discussing this with us. I would like to keep in touch with you in the future and discuss some of our longevity methods as well if you're interested.
Okay.
All right, you have a great day. Thanks for coming on the show, Dr. Mason Wood. And now we're going to go over to all these calls I've got waiting. I'm glad y'all waited. Renee in Idaho, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hello. What's going on?
I have a 9-year-old that has been wet a bed his entire life, and we've been on 90 for life since October. We've tried all kinds of things. 2.0, the regular, they said it might be a UTI. We tried Killer Biotics. We've tried Sweeties. And somebody said we should do the Super KB, and we've tried that, and we're still not really getting anywhere. We've done the 10 bad foods. We went off gluten for 3 weeks, and it got way, way, way worse. And when we went back on gluten, even though totally cutting it back, it kind of settled back into the norm. So I'm kind of at my wit's end now.
That's really interesting. How many sweeties did you have them on? Because anything I've researched on it, bedwetting is a blood sugar issue, so that's immediately where I would go. There's the sweeties and the plant-derived minerals is what I would have told you. It sounds like you're doing everything I would have told you to do. How many was he taking?
They told me to do 2 at bedtime, and I did, and it didn't seem to help a lot, so I took him off, but we realized it made a huge difference in just his behavior, and he was a lot calmer. So I was doing 4 throughout the day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 2 in the evening. Seems to be about as stable.
That is interesting.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, what I see, my automatic reaction on something like that would be to up the minerals, right? I mean, first of all, get that kid eating lots of eggs. I would get him eating lots of cholesterol for that muscle, okay, to hold it in.
Okay.
Lots of eggs, soft boiled or soft scrambled. Like if he can eat about 6 a day, 5 or 6 a day, that'd be great. And also the OsteoFX, how much of that is he getting?
He doesn't like the OsteoFX, so we have been doing the Cal Toddy.
Okay, that's actually even better. The magnesium is higher in that.
And so I was just doing that for weight, and we've been doing that for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, see if you can get just a little bit more in them, and try what I said with the extra protein and cholesterol. That's what I would do. And I believe that will change things. If not, call back when Dr. Glidden is on. Okay?
Okay.
And just keep in touch with us. But yeah, that's what I would think. Try and is he taking selenium?
He is not taking selenium.
Okay. Try getting a lot of eggs into him.
Okay.
Every day. It might be tough because it's hard to eat a lot of eggs every day, but that might make the difference right there.
Okay, so do you want me to give him selenium? And you mentioned minerals.
Yep. Couple selenium a day. Renee, we're going to let you go. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden, back after this. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We are live. Now, a little while ago, I was talking to this lady, Mary in Oregon, and I asked her to put together a list of things that she had gotten over health-wise since she started Youngevity. And after we talk with Mary in Oregon, we're going to be talking to Dr. Shane Harada. He's with Dr. Wallach right now. They're going to be having him speak in their hometown. And then we're going to get to the rest of the calls after that. Mary, how you doing?
Hi there.
Hi there. Did you put a list together for me?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay, let's hear it. So since you started Youngevity, these are the things that the benefits that Mary in Oregon has gotten from Youngevity. Go, Mary.
These are the things that have healed. I'm still in the process of healing one thing. I have no headaches, period, for like 8 years. And, I would think...
Forgot what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think people would want that, if nothing else.
Okay, next.
I have a left foot tendon that is relaxing. You could tell that it was tense because it was making my toe go a different way, but it's relaxing now. When I was a child, I had no energy. The way I like to put it is the commander said he was writing a book, and the name of the commander's book was I Can't Breathe, I Can't Think, I Can't Play. And that's what I was like as a child. Now I can breathe, now I can think, and now I can play.
I bet you play hard.
I do. I'm my age.
So, let's go back to the headaches. Were you prone to getting them all the time?
I was just like a normal person, but is there anybody on this earth that wants a headache?
No, I don't. You couldn't pay me to have one.
Exactly.
You know what, Mary, come to think of it, now that you bring this up, this is interesting because I haven't had a headache in about 3 years since I started as well. And you know what? You saying that made me start thinking about it, and you're absolutely right. You don't get headaches.
Yeah, like I said, I would think that'd be worth it to anybody, just that alone.
Yeah, absolutely. So what else is on your list, Mary?
Well, I had receding gums, and they're returning to the way we were born to be.
I've seen that in other people as well. Yeah.
All my life, I was always hungry, no matter how much I ate, and now I am in control. I can eat at mealtime, and that's it.
That's great.
Weight
That's
gain
great.
weight gain never happens. Never happens. It is true. Once you're fully nutriated, you never gain weight again.
Yep, and I'm fond of saying it, but myself here, Mike Phillip, as a longevity distributor, I make women beautiful, because when you get a woman that's been malnourished her whole life, when they get the Mighty 90 in them, they just slim right out, and their hair is beautiful, and if they have any blemishes on their face, that goes away after time. And yeah, it's just great. So what else have we got, Mary?
Well, we got quite a bit more, but if you have lots of guests, I'll just call back another day. I don't
You know
care.
what? Yeah, I am going to take some of these other calls here. I've got Dr. Shane Harada coming right up after you here. But you know what? We really appreciate you, Mary, calling in with this stuff. These calls are important because there's a lot of people out there on the fence of whether or not to try this, and they're wondering, is this thing real? I'm hearing all these people saying this stuff. No, yeah, it's real. Asthma, allergies, high blood pressure, bone and joint pain, those are the things that have left my house. So, listen to Mary in Oregon. She knows what she's talking. Hey, Mary.
Yeah.
We got wars to win.
We do. I'm doing a wine walk tonight, so I'll be spreading the word tonight.
Yeah, that sounds great. You keep up the good work, Mary, and we're going to jump over to Dr. Shane Harada. How you doing, Doc?
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So you're with the immortal, the legendary Dr. Joel Wallach.
He's been on a call, another radio show that he does as well. So
Yep.
We're taking a little break on the road trip, but we'll be back on the road in about another 20 or 30 minutes. So, yes. But I'm with him today. He is an amazing individual, no doubt.
Isn't he something else? And he's actually pretty entertaining. He's not a total stuffed shirt either.
I tell you, I call him the squawk box today.
Yeah, but whatever he's got to say is so pertinent that you want to listen up. Like it's a rare thing to meet an individual that's accomplished as much as he has. Like, I don't just idolize people because they look good on TV or they can, throw a football or whatever. But this it's his work. His work changed my life so dramatically before I ever even met him. Now, you guys have him speaking in Clarkston, Washington. Is that correct?
Yes, that's Lewiston, Idaho, and Clarkston, Washington. They're only separated. The state line is the Snake River, which separates the two cities as well. But technically, they're joined. Clarkston is Lewiston, and Lewiston is Clarkston.
Okay, great. And that's at 7 o'clock tonight. Registration at 6, what I'm seeing here?
That is correct. Doors open at 6, and we're expecting a good crowd. So be there a little early.
Yeah. That's at the Quality Inn, 700 Port Drive.
Correct. For those familiar with the Clarkston area, that's by the Walmart. By the Walmart there in Clarkston. So head over there, and the Quality Inn is right behind the Walmart over there.
You got a phone number you want to give out if anybody wants information, and an email address or something?
For today, let me give you my cell phone number, and people can, reach me here, my cell number. And that number is 208-553-6451.
Give her one more time in case somebody was reaching for a pen.
Perfect. The area code is 208-553-6451, and you can text me as well at this number.
Excellent. So, Dr. Harada, what kind of things have you and your family seen since you got involved with Youngevity, health-wise?
Well, I'll tell you, our story is a little bit unique because we have a son that has cerebral palsy. He is now 17 years old, just turned 17. For the last 2 years now, he has been completely and totally medication-free because of Dr. Wallach's products and formulations. Now, give you a little background on that. I am a retired chiropractor, and nutrition, acupuncture, and chiropractic were the three legs of my chiropractic practice.
So you're a real doctor.
Yes. Graduated Logan College 2003.
Right on.
And fabulous opportunity there. And being involved in nutrition, I've been involved in nutrition for 20 years. And so I've known about many medicinal herbs and vitamins and minerals and the importance thereof and so forth. However, I was never able to come across a line of products that were so easy to use, so easy to take, tasted so good, and had such marvelous, absolutely astounding results to help my son get totally medication-free. I've seen other individuals do it. I've seen arthritis, bone-on-bone arthritis, confirmed on X-ray, reverse. The medical doctors will tell you it's not happening. They are wrong.
Absolutely. You know what? And that is the very thing that got me going with this. We had so many problems in our family, people with IBS or arthritis or asthma or allergies. And same thing, like I've got a beautiful little wife. She was young and she's real ambitious. She's the president of the Chamber of Commerce here in the city we live in. And she got doing that as a 3-month temp. She worked her way up. But she was at the point where she could hardly even move, and she would cry herself to sleep every night. And I took her to rheumatologists, doctors, pain specialists all over this province with our vaunted free healthcare system. And we were just like a hamster in a wheel running real fast and getting nowhere. And I was getting angry because they would have the audacity to accuse my wife of lying to get drugs, like she was a drug addict and lying about joint pain. But I guess when you suck at your job, you've got to blame somebody else for your lack of results. Am I correct?
Well, that's the way the medical model works.
Yeah, it does. And it's the same thing in Canada as the United States. And let me tell you something else. If somebody tells you we have free healthcare in Canada, they are lying or ignorant, one of the two, because it shows up in everything. I mean, that money's got to come from somewhere. And you guys are going to experience it with Obamacare. We'll see what happens there. But very interesting stuff. So let's hope you get a real good turnout. And I hope that you're able to help out your community and more people. Dr. Harada, is there anything you'd like to say for the radio audience before you go?
Well, thank you so much for having me here today, Mike. I love the crusade, Dr. Wallach's mission, the whole statement. It is just so humbling to be part of such a wonderful group of individuals that are truly changing the lives of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and now reaching into the millions of individuals. Doc says we're in 50 countries now. So let's go on a vacation to 50 countries and share this with the world.
Absolutely. I couldn't have put it better myself. You know, I'm kind of working on a little deal to open up the country of Kenya to Youngevity. We'll see how that goes. I actually have a new friend who's best friends with the vice president of the country. So they're talking right now, and I'm going to see what I can do. But you know what? It's a matter of, you know, if anybody out there listens to Alex Jones, he's always saying you got to get on the field and do something. And you don't know what you can do until, well, Alex says it like, you got to get on the field and do something, right? And you don't know what you can do until you put yourself out there and stick your neck out. And since I started doing that, the lives of my family, my mom, my aunts, my sister, my sons, everything has gotten exponentially better. And not only that, but the finances also come with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. There are lots of videos on YouTube that can be utilized to help share the message. There are obviously CDs, books, radio shows. This company and this crusade has so many resources. There's Facebook groups, there's, goodness gracious, all kinds of information. It's just a matter of getting committed and starting to put it out there and get it done.
Absolutely. Did you punch Dr. Wallach in the arm for me and say, hey?
I will do that when we get back together after his radio show.
All right, careful. He looks like he's pretty wiry.
Amazing. We love it.
He might hit you back. All right, Dr. Harada, you take care, and I hope you guys get a great turnout tonight. Thanks for coming on the show.
God bless everyone. Thank you so much.
God bless you. All right, Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. I hear the music, and after this break, we're going to get to Hattie in Chicago, Lonnie in West Virginia, Jordan in Texas. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We're live. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We got a short segment, but we've got calls to get to here, and if I don't get to you right away, please hang on the line and just listen to the show. We're going to go over to Lonnie in West Virginia. How you doing, Lonnie?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. You hung on for a long time there, and I feel bad when I make people wait, but I got a pile of material I got to get through. What exactly is on your mind today, and how can I help you out there, Lonnie?
Well, the doctors around here tell me I got a problem called IBS.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Yep. And
Yep.
I've been on their medication for a number of years now, but I really doubt that's what I have.
Okay. You have trouble holding it in?
Sometimes it's going both directions. They've got me on Bentyl and Prilosec. I got 30 mgs of Bentyl and 20 mgs of Prilosec every day. And when I go through my serious problems, it doesn't seem like it does any bit of good to help. The only thing I ever feel is the Bentyl keeps me from, at night, my muscles wanting to tense up.
Okay. Here's what I would do if I was you, Lonnie. I would get on. How much do you weigh, sir?
About 240.
240? Okay, so actually, very first of all, you eliminate gluten from your diet.
I don't really eat any. About a year ago, I found out my headaches were coming from yeast, so I stopped eating bread and things like bread.
Yep.
And that helped me out quite considerably getting away from that.
Good. Now, for your other thing you've got going on here, there's a list of 10 foods that a person should never eat. Are you aware of that? Have you listened to this show before?
No, I haven't, but I have. They sent me a package that I think has that in it.
Okay, yeah. Study that 10 bad food list, and that'll go a long way to helping out your digestive system and any issues you have going on there. Now, as far as to fix things up, what I would do if I was you is I would be using 2 healthy digestion packs. That's 2 healthy digestion packs. And the things in there, it's basically a healthy start pack with digestive enzymes and gut flora. Okay, Flora FX is what the product is called. And that'll go a long way to healing up your digestive system, and that's where your health begins, actually. And here's the other thing about it: there's nothing in that pack that's going to actually interfere with a drug. The only thing that could possibly happen is the drug could start working better because your body is working better. Okay? So I'm not sure what you've got either, but what I do know is that when I saw the call here on the Comrex, it said IBS problems, right? Well, I've known people that if they even touch gluten, I mean, if it's around them, they get that specific problem. So, if you're not eating bread and stuff, that's great, but you're going to have to eliminate other things as well and watch for cross-contamination. Just get it right out of your house and out of your family, not even just you. But I would go with 2 healthy digestive packs per month and see if things turn around. Now, you want to get off them drugs, right? I can't tell you don't listen to your doctor. I can't legally do that. What I can do is direct you in the right direction. What I would do is talk to your pharmacist, and once you get feeling better, tell him you want to get off the drugs and see what you have to do, because some of them you can't just quit cold turkey. You got to wean yourself off, and your pharmacist will know the best way to do that. So do you know how to get your hands on these products, and how did you hear about the show from a longevity distributor in your area?
No, I heard one from over in Seattle. I grew up in the Seattle area, and she's over in Yakima area, and she called me from over there.
Okay, you call her back and tell her what I told you, and she'll help you out.
All righty. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care, Lonnie. We're going to let you go. Daniel in Mexico and Jordan in Texas, hang on. We'll be back after this hard break. Welcome back, everybody. We're live. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. Get on the show, and after that, we're going to Mexico with Daniel. Jordan, how are you doing today?
Oh, hello?
Hello, Jordan. You're on the air, buddy.
Oh, okay. Good deal. All right. My friend Amanda has a list of autoimmune diseases, and I'd like to see what we can do for her. So I'll give you a list here. So she's got hypothyroidism, fibromyalgia, and she has asthma, scoliosis, degenerative disc disease. She has one collapsed disc. I believe it's in her spine. Let's see, what else has she got? She says her gallbladder was removed. It just died, she said, for no reason. Let's see what else is here. She has low blood pressure, and she has IBS, and let's see, Raynaud's disease. I guess that's a adrenal gland issue, and that's pretty much the gist of it right there.
Yeah, I'm just writing down a couple things here that came to mind while you're talking about this. Wow, Amanda's in rough shape.
She has everything except glaucoma.
Well, she can be thankful for that.
So
it's always a silver lining, right? So,
right?
Yeah. How long have you been talking to Amanda about these things?
You know what? I just started a couple of weeks ago because I've been listening to Glidden and Dr. Wallach for like two and a half years, Ben Fuchs. So I know what the gist of all this is. I just wanted to let her know, say, hey, I'll go ahead and call Glidden or one of these guys for you and see what I can do to help you out and get the answer straight from the horse's mouth.
All right. Well, if she's listening or is listening to the rebroadcast, hello, Amanda. There is hope for you, totally. Just about all those things that you listed, I've seen people recover from in short order. Now, how much does Amanda weigh?
170.
170. So, Amanda is going to need 2 healthy brain and heart packs.
Okay.
2 healthy brain and heart packs. Now you need to sit down and explain to Amanda the 10 bad food list. And if you've been listening to Dr. Glidden and Dr. Wallach for 2 years, you're well versed on that and the reasons why. Now, as far as the asthma, the high blood pressure, all those things were in my family and have left since we got on board with the things that Jordan is talking about here. And it's actually really easy. And I just recently had a woman in our group. She had to quit her thyroid medication because it was working too good, and she was getting some weird side effects. So she's completely off that now. The other thing with the gallbladder removed, she's going to have to take the Ultimate Enzymes.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to have to add that in with that Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. And Healthy Brain and Heart Pack is just a Healthy Start Pack. Okay, and that's going to have the calcium for her high blood pressure and her thyroid. And
she has low blood pressure.
What, sorry?
Oh, she has the low blood pressure.
Oh, low blood pressure. You know what? It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Low or high, it doesn't matter. But thanks for correcting me there. It doesn't matter. It'll correct either way. And also, if she could throw into the mix a bottle of plant-derived minerals, that would be great. And it's a cheap way to go. They're only $20. But if I was Amanda, I would be doing a healthy brain and heart pack, and she's going to have to add in the ultimate enzymes because her gallbladder is removed, and she's going to have to do that probably for the rest of her life.
How many enzymes should she take a day, those ultimate enzyme tablets?
I would go 3.
3 a day?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 a day, 2 healthy brain and heart packs. Does she need would you recommend extra selenium and things like high cholesterol diet, things like that, or Z-Radical?
Well, see, she's going to get 2 bottles of the selenium with those 2 packs because it's included. So she should be good on that. Dr. Glidden was telling people for a long time 1 bottle of selenium per 50 pounds body weight, but he's changed his mind on that and gone to 100 recently. So, she should be fine with those 2 packs. And, if she wants to do, like you mentioned, the Z-Radical, absolutely could not hurt. I mean, the more things you can throw into the mix as far as antioxidants, that's a good thing. Not only that, the fucoidan is just the icing on the cake with the Z-Radical. That the sea vegetable fucoidan is over 1,000 published studies on the effectiveness of fucoidan with all kinds of diseases. So, if she really wants to get a handle on this and she's serious and wants to take the time, not only that, but every penny she spends of it can be covered if she gets her health back and shows other people how to get their hands on these products as well. So
that's what I told her. I said, you get on this, you're going to feel a whole lot better. Trust me.
Oh, yeah. But so what happened with you, Jordan?
With me, I just came across Youngevity a couple years ago from Alex Jones's radio show, and, I never believed the pharmaceutical industry, and I went, oh, okay, that's it. That's what I needed to hear. And I heard Dr. Wallach, and I've just been stuck in it ever since then, and just religiously just studied Dr. Wallach and Glidden and Ben Fuchs and Corey Gold and all that stuff. And I have all the products, a lot of them I buy off and on, and I love them. My mom's on it now, and I'm trying to get all my family members on it. I'm trying to get my dad on it, and of course my dad's a little stubborn, so it's okay, but I'll get him on
it. You heard it on Alex Jones. You know what? That's where I heard about it. You know what? I'm wearing the Come and Take It shirt right now, the old one with the AK-47.
Yeah, I've got a forum on my Facebook I call the Red Pill of Health, and I've got a lot of people on it. I just post about the Youngevity stuff, and I've got about 45 members or so. So I try to get people in it.
Yeah, have you heard any previous shows when I was talking about what I did with the meetings?
No.
Okay, well, what I did was I just went to a coffee shop downtown and asked the owner if they were interested in having meetings with an appearance by a naturopath in Chicago on non-drug and surgery health recoveries, and she was all over it. And before we knew it, we were meeting once a week, Thursdays at 7 o'clock. Before I knew it, I had the place packed, and all I did was brought a TV and my laptop, got an insider account, and show a live webinar or an archived one with Dr. Glidden speaking on how to recover from different health issues. Well, before I knew it, that place was packed to the rafters, and we had to find a bigger one. And the business end of Youngevity for me really took off when I did that. So if you're interested in doing that, that's one way. We've got the DVDs, you've got the insider account. And if you're looking to build a business out of this, that's a really good method that I recommend.
No, I'm with Youngevity now, so.
Yeah,
I signed up with them.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah, but you want more people to sign up is my point, right? That's a good way to do it.
Right.
All right, so get back. Go ahead.
How much ORAC value a day should Amanda consume? Because she's also got some muscle seizures and things like that, and it sounds like she's got a lot of the neurological problems. So I don't know if extra ORAC and then the things like that would help a little more.
Extra ORAC's always a good idea. The highest ORAC you're going to get is the Triple Treat chocolate. And that's around 20,000 ORAC per piece. But ideally, your average person's got to be at 20,000 a day.
Okay.
Right? And see, with those 2 healthy brain and heart packs, she's going to be getting the Cell Shield RTQ.
Okay.
And that's going to be around 10,000 right there, 20,000 that she's going to get out of that. And then the Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 at 4 scoops a day, she's going to be getting roughly 16,000 ORAC. So it'll add up really fast. And then, like you say, if you want to throw in the Z-Radical, there's no established, we don't know what the ORAC value is because nobody's studied it out, but it's fairly high.
Right.
So yeah, absolutely. If she can boost her ORAC value, not only that, but if there's neurological issues and asthma, extra EFAs might.
Extra EFAs?
Yep.
Okay. About 12 a day instead of just 9?
Yeah, I take about 15 myself because I used to have asthma and allergies. And when I started taking 15 EFAs a day, it absolutely wiped it out.
Okay. All right, well, we'll give that a shot then. I think that pretty much answers everything.
Good.
I'll let her know.
You know what? Go out there and tell the world, Jordan, and I hope you're successful down there in Texas.
Oh, I will be.
All right, that's the attitude.
All right.
Take care, Jordan. We're going to let you go. And we're going to Mexico. Daniel's in Mexico. How you doing, man?
Hi. My name is Daniel. I've been listening to Dr. Peter Glidden for about 2 years now. And the reason I'm calling in is I recently, about 6 days ago, I had arm surgery on my left elbow for something that's kind of uncommon, but it was giving me problems. It's called snapping tricep syndrome. And I was wondering what I could do to recover or, nutrition-wise so I can get on a road to recovery a little faster.
Well, most definitely a healthy start pack. And if I could go a little further, it's same as I told Jordan on the last call, healthy brain and heart pack. But the key there is you're going to want the calcium in the OsteoFX. Okay, you want extra calcium. If you got muscle problems and joint problems, that screams to me of a calcium deficiency right there. And you're going to get what you need in the OsteoFX. So if you can even just get, how much do you weigh?
195 pounds.
195. So 2 healthy start packs. Even if you could just start there, that'll go a long way. You've heard us talk about the 10 bad foods if you've been listening to the show for a while. So are you actively taking any products right now?
I was about 2 months ago, and I stopped because I was, for no reason, but now I'm trying to get back on it, and my arm's kind of getting swollen. I mean, the doctor says it's normal, but I just want to get quick. I want to feel a little quicker.
Yeah. Well, you can achieve all that. So who told you about the show here, Daniel? Or are you hooked up with some longevity distributors down there?
No, I know about the business, but I heard about the show through Alex Jones as well.
Okay, so if you're going to need a hand getting your hands on these products, I can probably help you out with that. I'll tell you what. Just stay on the line there, Daniel. I'm going to put you on hold, okay? Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be back with Imogen in New Jersey and Pam in Kentucky after this. Welcome back. We're live. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. And we're going to go over to Imogen in New Jersey. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Imogen, yes.
Imogen, all right. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. What's on your mind today, Imogen?
Well, I was just wanting to get some directions from the CEO Mega Combo Pack that I got. I want to make sure I'm taking it correctly. I was wondering if you could help me out with that.
Okay, what are you taking?
Okay, I have the CEO Mega Combo Pack. So I have, I lost 5 pounds within the last week just taking it.
Wow, yeah, that's how it happens.
Yes, and it just has the Sweet Ease in it. It doesn't have any other weight loss product.
Okay, so that's the CEO blood sugar pack?
No, it's the actually combo pack. It's a mega combo pack. So I have something from all 4 categories in that.
Oh, wow. So, okay, and how much did you weigh again?
295 now.
295. So everything in there, there's instructions on them, but I'll give you the basic rundown. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Okay?
Yes.
You're going to take 2 scoops of that per 100 pounds. Okay? 2 scoops.
You said again?
2 scoops of Beyond Tangy Tangerine per 100 pounds.
Okay.
Okay? Now, the OsteoFX, you're going to take 1 ounce per 100 pounds. 1 ounce. All right?
I have the powder.
Okay, then, so you're going to do 2 scoops. That works the same as the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Also, you're going to want a Magic Bullet or a blender or something, because that powder is a little bit, it kind of likes to chunk up a bit in your drink, and you want to really mix it up good. Okay? So the EFAs, you're going to want to take, to start with, I'd start at about 9 a day. 2 EFAs 3 times a day. The Sweeties, I would be doing 3 times a day, one at a time. So 3 a day.
But do you take Sweeties before you eat, or
it doesn't, with the Sweeties, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's best if you can absorb stuff on an empty stomach, but yeah, if you it doesn't really matter. If you have a hard time, like say some of the supplements are giving you diarrhea or something like that, then take them with food.
Uh-huh.
What were you gonna say?
A little bit.
Okay, yeah, take them when you eat. Then, like, mix up your Osteo and your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and take your stuff while you eat 3 times a day.
Okay.
And that's the best way to do that.
And I have the selenium, 1 bottle. I think it's 90 in the bottle.
Yeah, so with the selenium, take 3 a day because you want it to last a month. But ideally, you'd probably want at least an extra bottle of that for your next order.
Okay.
So, yeah. Because Dr. Glidden tells people it's 1 bottle per 100 pounds body weight. So ideally, you might want to go at 3, but if money's an issue, just do 2.
Okay, and then I had the Glucogel, which is a 240 count, I think.
Yeah, Glucogel capsules, you take 1 per 10 pounds body weight. 1 per 10 pounds body weight per day until they're gone. So you were at, what was your weight again?
295. That would be like almost 29 cap of those, right?
Yeah, it's all based on body weight.
So what happens if you take them all within the first few days? Then you don't need. Then the bottle will be over. I don't need to take any more, or what?
Well, here's the thing of because your weight is what it's at, it might take you a little while to get over some joint pain. So if I was you, for your next order, I would get the liquid Glucogel, because I've seen people have really good success with the liquid Glucogel. And you take that, it's 1 ounce. See, it's a liquid, right? So it's 1 ounce per 100 pounds body weight, or per 50 actually. So, but Imogene, we're going to come back to you after this break. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We're going to get to Pam in Kentucky and my buddy Dave in the Thumb after this. Welcome back. We're live. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden on Fire Your MD Now Radio. The call-in line is 1-844-374-5433. And right now we got Imogene in New Jersey on the line, and she's wondering, how do I take this stuff? She got this CEO Mega Pack, and she's got a whole lot of stuff in front of her. So, I was telling her you take 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine per 100 pounds body weight, 2 scoops of the powdered OsteoFX per 100 pounds body weight. Now, the EFAs, she's going to go with 9 a day. And the last issue that we were speaking on was the Glucogel caps. And the Glucogel caps are formulated for 1 cap per 10 pounds body weight. Now, Imogene, she's a bit of a heavy girl, and that means she's going to need to take a lot of these things. But if you want to stretch it out a bit, I would suggest cutting back a little bit on that. It's kind of a dicey issue because you want to be able to afford it, but you want the health effects at the same time. And the fastest way you're going to get it is by doing things exactly how Dr. Wallach has formulated it for the body weight. Am I making sense?
Right.
So, and if you want to go another way, you can get the liquid glucogel. It tastes great, and you take 1 ounce per 50 pounds body weight. So you'd be taking about 6 of those a day, close to, and the bottles are 32 ounces. So you're going to have to look at how many of them you're going to need, but it'll be a lot easier than taking that amount of pills because you can just add it in with your Tangy Tangerine and your Osteo. Am I making sense?
Right. Now, when is the best time to take the glucogel and the OsteoFX? What is the best time to take these of the day?
Well, like you said, it was causing you a little bit of diarrhea, so I would do it while you eat.
So it's not a good thing to take it at night. I heard Dr. Glidden say that at night is a good time to take the calcium.
Yeah, that's a great time. If you're having problems sleeping, absolutely. We tell people to take an ounce of the OsteoFX with some calcified orange juice for the extra acidity. You can do that as well, as long as you're absorbing it. If you're waking up and it's going straight through you, then do it while you eat so that you've got something there to hold it in, okay?
No, it's not going straight through me, but, I noticed I was just getting slightly different pattern and bowel movement, but it is not like it's going through me kind of thing.
Okay, well, you know what? If it's not, and you can absorb it on an empty stomach, just go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. Imogene, thanks for the call. I appreciate you calling in. We're going to let you go because we got other people to get to here and not enough time in the day. Pam in Kentucky, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right. What's on your mind, Pam?
I have anxiety attacks and phobias.
Phobias. What are you scared of?
I cannot be a passenger in a vehicle.
Really?
Really?
That is interesting. That's interesting. And you know what? Fears are a weird thing because they don't make a whole lot of sense on its face, but they're very real to the people that harbor them, right?
They are. I have even attempted to when I had to be a passenger. They were so bad that I reached for the handle. I was ready to jump out.
Yeah, and it's irrational and doesn't make sense, but it's very, very real to you. So here's the deal with panic attacks, phobias, things like that. We attribute that to a blood sugar issue, okay?
Okay.
So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get 1 healthy blood sugar pack. Now, the secret sauce in there, it's a healthy start pack with a bottle of a product we call Sweeties. Okay, and Sweeties contains 2 minerals specifically to help with the blood sugar issue, and that's chromium and vanadium, and it's packed in cinnamon. And that has helped a lot of people. I've seen people get off of hard drugs using minerals like this. I've seen people totally, their attitude toward life and all these things completely change, like panic attacks. If I start worrying about things too excessively, I'm not the kind of guy that does, right? I'm not a worrier, but if I find myself worrying and getting a little bit panicky about my situation, I go straight to the cupboard and I grab the Sweeties. And it almost always balances it right out. And I'm not somebody I don't come from a family that's prone to diabetes or anything like that. But a blood sugar issue is a blood sugar issue. So I've learned over the years just to watch my attitude towards life and my view of the world. And if I need it, I take them.
Absolutely.
But with you, you're going to want to take about 3 a day or so. How much do you weigh, Pam?
I weigh 138.
138. So, if you can do at least 1 pack a month, you should be doing good. Just get yourself a Healthy Blood Sugar Pack. And if you can add into that extra plant-derived minerals and selenium, that would be a real good thing as well. So how did you hear about the show, Pam?
Oh, gosh. I have lots of, I'm a Facebook fanatic, so,
Okay.
you know, it carries everything pretty much.
The Facebook people are talking.
Oh, yeah, they are. I know, I've met two people that are using the longevity products, so...
What did they tell you?
Really not
working?
saying. One of them is not. She's busy mother with some small children. We don't communicate very often. But the other lady, she's all on board for it, and I haven't done anything yet because of finances.
Right.
I just wanted to get an opinion because.
Well, I tell you what, look, if it's a financial issue, what you could do for only $20, you can get a bottle of plant-derived minerals, okay?
Okay.
That's only $20. And if you can take an ounce or two of that a day, you might notice a significant improvement in your outlook on life.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
very depressed, don't want to do anything, tired.
Yeah, if you can afford it, a Healthy Blood Sugar Pack would be great. But if finances are an issue and you're really budgeting closely, a bottle of plant-derived minerals is only $20.
And the thing of it is, I've been on Xanax for over 30 years.
30 years, hey?
I am a poster child for Xanax, and I'm angry about it. You know,
I would be. I would be angry about that too. The more I learn about those things, but you know what? You're getting some new information here, and you're taking the steps,
Absolutely.
right? So you're on the right track. That's for sure. And
but,
if you've listened,
finally, I have found something that does not, interact with the drug. That's a major
absolutely.
deal because I've tried literally tons of different natural things. I've tried essential oils. I cannot use essential oils. They make me deathly sick.
Very interesting. Well, you know what? Those plant-derived minerals will not make you sick. I've never heard of anybody getting sick off the plant-derived minerals. But if you can do that for only $20 a month and go back to the people that you're talking to that know about this and are already using it, and they will know how to hook you up with a bottle or two of plant-derived minerals, whatever you can afford. Here's the deal. A lot of people, they figure it's going to cost too much, but once you get using these products, you eat less, and your productivity goes up exponentially. So like any money I've spent on longevity over the years, I've more than triple made up in the use of my time, and I don't have to eat. Before I was always snacking, I was always going in the cupboard, always going in the fridge, and our grocery bill has been cut in half because we spend the extra money on these supplements. Am I making sense?
Yes, absolutely. And yes, a very, very good point.
Yep, look at it that way. And also, if you know you're on Facebook and you know lots of people on there, get talking to them. And if you can sign up about, say, 20 people, 30 people, you could easily get to the point where you don't have to pay for these products anymore. And if you can do that, you can get to the point where money isn't a problem anymore.
That would be awesome.
Yep. So you just work with your friends, right, Pam? Just, this lady that told you about it that's all excited, go back to her and discuss ways you can get together and team up and get your finances and your health back.
That's my goal.
There you go. All right, Pam.
Thank you so much.
You have a great day. I really enjoyed talking to you. We're going to let you go. And now, here's my favorite part of doing any radio show. We got Dave in the Thumb.
Hey, Mike, my brother from another mother. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. You know what? We've got the biggest country music festival in like the world going on about 10 blocks from my house. So like I can hear country music blaring all night. And I went out there. This was years ago, and I got in so much trouble, man. I got pulled over by the cops. I was on a golf cart with a bunch of bikini girls with cowboy hats hanging off of it. And so I'm going out tomorrow night, but I'm going to be good, and I'm going to see the Zac Brown band, so I'm really looking forward to that.
I got a golf cart, too. Sweet.
Do you?
Yeah. Hey, my buddy Rodney in Carolina sent me this text. Big question. When you drink, now bear with me, I'm legally blind, so my reading skills are not the greatest anymore. So here we go. Big question. When you drink the yellow stuff, tangerine, in water, does it make everyone go poop? or is it working because of the other stuff, okay? And, I said, maybe she's not absorbing, dilute it more, cut the dose in half, put it in 20 ounces of water and sip on it, take at least an hour, maybe two, okay? Then he says, what is causing her poop to be green? I said, I don't know, maybe something she ate. And then he says, her urine is green and she is not pooping at all. So I tried to call him, and he works in a hospital. He doesn't get phone service in there. So I said, call the doc right now, and I figured, you know what? I heard you talking, and I thought, I got to call. He ain't calling, I'm calling. So what do you think
Dave,
about that one?
I tell you, I got a lot to say about that, and I hear the music, so we're gonna have to take it on the other side. I'm gonna put you on hold, my friend. Hang on. Mike Phillip, filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. We're live. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden on the line with Dave and the Thumb, and he just told me a story about his friend texting him about this ordeal they're going through at the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Now, going back to the beginning, she was having some pretty loose stools there, and they were some funky colors. And now, long story short, her urine has turned green, and she's not having as much bowel movement. So here's what I'm pretty sure happened. She experienced a cleaning. Now, the urine coming out green, that's a good sign, okay? That's a good thing. You see that means things are absorbing. And that'll happen for a little while. That happened to me. It happened to everybody that was, anybody I get going on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, they come back to me and they're like, Mike, I'm peeing green, man, right? I'm like, that's normal. But after a little while, that will balance out into kind of a gold yellow hay color. But the green in the urine, almost like a neon, that's a good sign.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. So
say hi to my truck and healthy buddy Bill out there, and all my team. They're texting me, telling me to say hi to them on the show.
Well, you know what? Truckers are the best people. They really are. I worked with truckers for a long time because I worked on trucks, right?
Yep.
And it's been really, really rare that I had a bad customer or somebody that I didn't get along with. I find that they're a really good bunch of people.
Oh, absolutely.
So, anything else you want to say, Dave, while we got you on the air?
Well, I got to tell you, if I could drive, I would hook my trailer up and put my golf cart on it and come out there and help you drive those bikini-clad babes around.
There's nothing sexier than bikini girls in cowboy hats. I'm telling you right now. Like, I don't know what it is about that hat, but
and I think it's the bikini.
My eyes are up here, right?
Right. I got a tricked out golf cart, man. That's got a couple of gun racks on it, and it's chrome spoke wheels, big knobby tires, and camo, and big old push bumper, a big brush guard, and all kind of lights, and it's pretty cool.
Dave, if I give my board operator my email address, will you send me a picture of that thing?
Absolutely.
Okay, when I let you go, you get the email address off of him, and I want to correspond with you here because you have the coolest golf cart in the universe, and if you can ever get it up here, we'll get her loaded with bikini girls and cowboy hats.
Absolutely.
I'll
get my wife to drive me up there.
I'll be in trouble, but we'll have a lot of fun.
All right, man.
All right, so stay on. I'm going to put you on hold, Dave.
Okay.
And you stay on the line, and my producer here will give you my email address, and I want to see a picture of this golf cart because I have to see it.
All right, buddy.
You know what would be great, Dave?
What's that?
A General Lee themed golf cart.
Oh yeah. I love it.
Okay, so I just gave that email address to my board operator, and I want to see the golf cart, Dave. All right, I'm going to put you on hold so you can get that from here, and we're going to finish up this show. This is the last segment. It was really great to talk to you, Dave. Always appreciate it. And all you trucker buddies of Dave's out there, listen to the man. He knows what he's talking about. And, absolutely. So I had prepared a whole bunch of materials for this show, different articles and things to talk about. And what happened was we just ended up getting a whole lot of calls. And so I didn't get to any of them. But you know what? That's great because I love talking to you people out there. And I want you to get your health back and your finances in line, and longevity is the way to do it. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden, another great show. God bless Canada, God bless America, and God bless you.